Texas gardeners are dealing with problems that nobody talks about. And if you're a seasoned Texas gardener, then you already know the struggle. It's not that gardening in Texas is hard because plants hate you. It's just we are dealing with a unique mix of heat, humidity, intense sun, crazy weather swings, and Texas-sized pests. But don't worry, as your planty bestie, I'm gonna share with you guys the 5 Texas gardening problems that nobody warned you about. And before this video is over, share with me in the comments one of your biggest issues that you've dealt with gardening here in Texas. Bonus points if you figured out a way to help those issues. One of the biggest issues that you'll run into here is our very high humidity. Like, my hair is frizzing, I'm sweating, I've done nothing except come outside and sit and make this video. It's like living in a swamp, and the swamp is you. Now, the reason that high humidity is an issue is because when you pair that with dense foliage and rainfall or getting your foliage wet, it creates the perfect environment for fungal and bacterial diseases to grow within your foliage. And a lot of us are feeling the effects of that high humidity right now with all of the rain that we've gotten in these past weeks, paired with the warm days that we're getting. They're in the 80s, high 80s, getting into the 90s. And now we have that high humidity that is just absolutely freaking ridiculous right now. But with pruning to create good airflow, proper spacing, it can help mitigate those issues. And I've also shared other preventatives that I use with you guys to help reduce my chances of dealing with those problems. Second issue that we run into here is our very intense weather swings. With that comes extreme heat stress and intense sun, which can cause your flowers to drop off before they fruit into anything, your plant to wilt even though your soil is moist. Containers can dry out in hours. Black pots like this can overheat and stress out the roots because that black really draws the sun to it. Seedlings can scorch fast. Your fruit can get sun scald on it. So having a shade cloth here in Texas is a must-have. The third issue that you'll run into here is being able to adequately water things. Prior to all this rainfall that we got, we were in extreme drought. So our rainfall here is very inconsistent, cannot be relied upon, which puts back onto you to make sure that you are consistently watering. Now, pairing our extreme heat and intense sun, it can make things dry out very fast here. So especially if you're raised bed gardening or container gardening, you're going to have to stay up on top of that. So having a drip irrigation system can really help you out if you don't have the time to be watering things. But if you choose to go the route of hand watering, you're going to have to spend some good time making sure that you are deeply watering things. Successful flowers and fruiting on your plants are heavily dependent on consistent watering. If that is inconsistent, you're going to find that you have issues with successful blooms or fruiting and your plant producing abundantly. The fourth issue that you might run into here is our heavy clay soil. Now, a lot of people love to perpetuate the idea that clay soil is impossible to plant in, it's absolute crap, but that is just the furthest thing from the truth, and that is coming from somebody who has 95% of their garden planted in Texas clay soil, and it's been this way for about 17 years now. And I actually have a video pinned to the top of my page talking about this at depth, but this wasn't considered a very big time agricultural area in the past for absolutely no reason. And the ecoregion that I'm in specifically is the northern Blackland prairies, and they considered this soil, or what they called it, was black gold. And heavy clay soil is actually incredibly fertile and has a very high capacity to hold on to nutrients. The problem with it is that it swells, it dries out, and it compacts, which causes drainage in it to be very poor. And that's why you have to amend your in-ground soil if you are seeking to plant in it. Adding in a lot of compost that's going to add in organic matter, it's going to help drainage, it's going to help moisture retention, and it's just going to give life to your soil. But impossible to plant in? Never. And the fifth issue that you're going to run into is the pest pressure here. Now, in this warmer weather right now, aphids are going to be exploding. With aphids comes mealybugs and fire ants. Worms and caterpillars are very active right now, feeding on the foliage of your plants. And then when our heat and dry spells really start to ramp up again come summertime, it's the perfect environment for spider mites. So with our very long growing season comes a very long pest season. But again, that doesn't make gardening here impossible. There's very many ways that you can mitigate those issues, and I love to make gardening content daily, so follow along to see those videos. Once you learn the Texas climate and what to look out for and expect, you can formulate a game plan that is going to help make gardening here just a little bit easier. If you found this video helpful, save it for later and share with a fellow Texas gardener. Bye, my planty besties.